Hi, this is Melanie for the Pardesi channel. I'm here to do a film review of Veere Dwivedi starring Kareena Kapoor and Sonam Kapoor. First, what the hell with having two of the Kapoor siblings movies come out on the same day? It's been a long day. I saw Bhavish Joshi in the morning, and I waited to see Veere Dwivedi, even though this was the one that I most wanted to see today, till the evening, because I brought a girlfriend with me, because this is the kind of movie that is a wonderful movie to see with your girlfriends. And that is what our audience was, packed with women who would come together as groups. And the friend that I brought with me has I think she's only ever seen one other Indian film. I showed her Bang Bang a long time ago. So she really enjoyed it. She was nervous about the subtitles and everything, but you know, you can be just a casual person and not even know who Kareena Kapoor and Sonam Kapoor are and really enjoy this movie. This is a great buddy comedy. You felt like these four women, these four friends in the movie were really real women with flaws. Each of them were like real people with their own different problems, and they weren't perfect people. They all but you could just tell they just had this natural banter all together. These women looked like they were having a ball just being together in a film. The producer of the film is Rhea Kapoor, who's Sonam Kapoor's sister. And while it has a male director, Shashanka Ghosh, who also did Sonam Kapoor's Khubsurat. So it is a male director, but there's so many women behind the scenes of this movie that helped to get it made. They waited until Kareena Kapoor had her baby and lost the weight to be able to finish the filming of this film. And I'm so glad they did, because Kareena Kapoor is so central to her performance, is so central to the entire film. She is the bride, as we saw from the trailer, that's not so sure she's ready for all of this wedding craziness. And she's accompanied by her four friends: Sonam Kapoor, who plays a divorce lawyer; Swara, Bhaskar, who is in the process of getting a divorce, and she is extremely wealthy. It was a hoot to see her play against any other type that I have seen her do, and really play for comedy and be hard drinking and wearing, you know, short skirts, and just, oh, it was amazing seeing her in this kind of a comedy role. And then rounding out the group is Shikha Talsania, who plays a woman who is married, a white American, and she's the only one who's married in the group, and she has a toddler son. So each of them have their own plot points and cares. So we already talked about, there's, you know, the wealthy friend is in the process of a messy divorce. The one who's married to the American and lives in America is estranged from her father because she married a white guy. Sonam's mother is constantly pressuring her about doing an arranged marriage, and she desperately wants to be married and have children of her own. And then Kareena's character is not sure that she is, you know, what's wrong with just living together? Why do we have to go to the next step? So we've seen in the trailer her crazy reaction running into a porta potty rather than immediately say yes to the proposal by Sumit Vyas, who plays her fiance. He is the straight man, and there's so much raunchy comedy in this film. It's not exactly like the Hollywood Bridesmaids or Sex and the City, although those were films that came to mind for me. It's just a buddy comedy about women who feel very real, who joke about the word for an orgasm in Hindi, just constantly joking with each other and teasing each other and so forth. And it just felt like you were just sitting like a fly in the wall in a room with real friends. And that's what I loved about the movie. It goes places I never thought I would see a Hindi film go. There's jokes about vibrators and all sorts of things that I never thought that I would see discussed or shown in a Hindi movie. There's also some wonderful things, like a established loving gay couple that's just a matter of fact member of the whole crazy family wedding thing. And so they're not played for cheap laughs. They are just there as a supportive, loving couple. And that was great to see too. There's so many jokes in this film. I laughed at a lot of jokes, and there were even more that the audience around me that I wasn't completely getting maybe some of the cultural jokes, and there was just laughter. I was in a packed theater, and there was so much laughter throughout this movie. I don't know if it completely had the heart that I might have wanted in the film. Having 4 characters, you can't get as deep necessarily on any particular friend's story. We get most about Kareena Kapoor because she's the bride, and so it's mostly about her. While the movie is not, it's not like it's a 3-hour-long movie, but still, I think a little bit snappier editing when you're doing a comedy, if things can kind of snap like that, it works a little bit better. So for me, it felt like it dragged a little bit in some parts. And another flaw is that I don't think any of the songs in the soundtracks are really standout songs. And I feel like, especially the Sanjeet song was just like, I wish there was a great song in this, a couple of great songs in the soundtrack. All of that aside, this is a must-see movie. It is. I just never thought that I would see a Hindi movie where I saw Kareena Kapoor and Sonam Kapoor use the F word as much as they did. And, this is not one to bring your 3-year-old to. Let's just put it that way. It really has a lot of funny jokes. And it's just to see a movie like this with these strong, independent women. And, it's the kind of movie where your family is really your group of friends. And it's the family that you choose maybe because your blood relatives are so nuts. I mean, there's warmth to the blood relatives, but I'm just saying that seems to be the true core family is this group of 4 girls who grow into women. I would love to hear what you think in the comments if you've had a chance to see this film. I highly, highly recommend that you see it. I'm sure this film is going to be a blockbuster. My theater was absolutely packed to the gills. So, I mean, it's just sad that Sonam and her brother have to compete on the very same day. It's very different audiences, I suppose. Just don't let it scare you away that it's not just a women's film. This is a film anybody can enjoy, but definitely it's one to go with a group of your female friends. It's a very fun movie to go to like that. All 4 women did a really great job. Well, you can imagine the costumes, everything that they wore was so styled to the nth degree, and I loved all of that. That was sort of Sex and the City a bit. And then there was so much product placement. But listen, if having an Uber car in the middle of your movie helps you get a movie like this made, I'm all for it. Like, do whatever you got to do to get another movie like this made. Sometimes that's what you got to do. It still didn't break up there with the Bang Bang Pizza Hut on the top of the mountain. So, you know what I mean? Like, I'm fine with it. If you like this film review, please press that like button, share the video, follow us on Twitter @PardesiYT. Subscribe to the Pardesi channel, and if you hit the bell, then you'll get a notification whenever I have a new film review, trailer reaction, or live stream.